me, music has always been a really central part of film, and almost like the indulgent part. Like I really enjoy films that have interesting music. I enjoy films that have weird music. I enjoy films that do the opposite of what you think the music should be. And then I think for our first film, Barbecue, our concept was that this very simple concept of cooking over fire needs a huge cinematic score. We need to go big. It needs to be explosive. So we literally, the composer Chris Larkin hired an orchestra in Budapest, and we literally recorded a full orchestral score. Then when we went to our second film about the relationship between humans and dogs, it was different. It was a quiet, more contemplative thing. And we had this idea that the film would have this continuous soundtrack that almost, the tempo of the music is almost that of the human heartbeat. And it's just this continued, ever-present heartbeat that sort of draws the sections together. So for me, music has always been, I think, the glue that sticks everything together in a film, especially when our films are about cultures around the world and all these disparate stories. To have this commonality, this music has always been important to us. It's an odd relationship, I think, that of a composer writing for music, because they both simultaneously have to be in service of the director's vision while still maintaining their own artistic sort of interpretation of it. And so, I having studied a lot of music myself, we sort of try to give a lot of agency to the composers to go like, well, what do you think would serve this film, serve this story? But then we also are very attached to the stories that we have, and so we have this vision for it as well. And so, yeah, I think we travel the world making these films with just the two of us, and you're sitting there in a you might be sitting there on a mountaintop in New Zealand filming a shot. For me, it's part of the fun, is imagining like, well, later this is going to have an orchestra. People that we film have no idea that later an orchestra is going to come in and complement and elevate their words and sort of take it into that cinematic space. So for me, it's almost a bit of just indulgence of, it's kind of like the fun bit of making a movie when you drop the score into the edit and like,
it really feels like a movie.
Yeah, it makes it an actual movie at that point.